Good morning. Time for another Take Time Tuesday. We start by breathing, so breathe in. Breathe out. In 2007, a video game company called Valve created a game called Portal. And yes, I'm going to spoil the game because it's 19 years old and I need to make my point. The game was brilliant in its inception. It was a classic puzzle-solving game with a twist. The protagonist, woke up in a white cell. You had a gun that gave you line of sight, wormhole creation, and a chipper little computer voice told you that if you completed a few experiments for it with the gun, you got cake. How fun is that? And as you start to go, you're doing these puzzles, and the puzzles become increasingly more complex, and then they start to become a little dangerous, and then they become lethal. And as you go through the game, the computer reminds you that all you need to do is finish the tasks, and there'll be cake. Yummy, yummy cake. And then the bodies start to appear. They're hard to find at first, and then they become more obvious, and the computer becomes more insistent that you need to finish because there's cake. And then you get to the end, and the cake was a lie. Now, why do I talk about this? Because that's where we're at in social media and social politics in 2026. We have been increasingly for the past 30, 40 years, but especially in the past decade, been fed small little pieces of cake that go along with the increasingly dangerous and deadly machinations of the people in power. But as long as we keep towing the line and keep doing what they'll ask of us, there's cake at the end. But there's not. The cake is a lie. And we've conditioned ourselves because we are trusting individuals. Humans are trusting by nature, especially when the narrative is something that brings us comfort, to continue on no matter what. We want that cake. We need that cake. But the cake does not exist. We need to start learning that we have critical thinking skills, and we need to start deconstructing what's being told to us. How does that manifest? Well, first of all, stop believing everything that shows up on a computer screen unless you can verify it independently somewhere else. It doesn't take long. Google is free. Searching is free. Look for media sources outside of the United States, outside of what you consider conventional media. Be able to corroborate what you've been told. Never trust what is being told to you at face value by anyone with a position of power and authority, because it's not true. Even when it is true, there is a reason other than what you think it is for it to be told to you. Learn skepticism. Learn to question, and learn that when it's a lie, stop trying to find the cake when you know it's not there. This is just something for y'all to think about. Y'all have a good day.